अगर आप कहीं शौचालय बना रहे हैं तो उसका मेंटेनेंस कौन करेगा? अगर आप देखेंगे पिछले 2-3 साल में भी बहुत से इलाके हैं जहां लोगों ने शौचालय तो बनाए हैं पर उसके बाद उनका ना तो वो इस्तेमाल करते हैं ना उनकी देखभाल करते हैं। कई बार वो जो शौचालय हैं वहाँ स्टोर रूम के तौर में उनको परिवर्तित किया गया है।
जी
हाँ, तो मेंटेनेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है।
जी बिल्कुल, और मुझे लगता है कि ये डिपेंड कर, ये बहुत हद तक इस वजह से है कि हम जो ये सारे इनिशिएटिव्स ले रहे हैं उसके पीछे रीज़न क्या है, हम कर क्यों रहे हैं। अगर मैं सिर्फ आपको यहाँ पे आके बताना चाहूँगा कि मैंने 10 बनाए और मैंने उसका क्रेडिट ले लिया और मैं अपने रास्ते पे निकल गया, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये चीज़ शुरू क्यों हुई है, ये चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है। जैसे आपने बताया, आपने जैसा क्वेश्चन पूछा कि इट इज़ सो इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, लेकिन फिर भी हम लोग कोई स्टेप नहीं लेते क्योंकि शायद हम जो हार्ड वायर्ड है वो ये है कि अगर हम कुछ गर्म चीज़ छूते हैं तो हाथ हम हटा लेते हैं, लेकिन जो क्लाइमेट में चेंज हो रहा है इट इज़ नॉट इंस्टेंटली, हम लोग उसको समझ नहीं पाते और हमें लगता है कि होगा तो होगा लेकिन ये दूसरों के साथ होगा, मेरे साथ नहीं होगा। तो ये जो मानसिकता है, ये दिस इज द रूट कॉज, और अगर ये समझ में आएगी तो जितने चीज़ें बनाई जाएंगी उसका ध्यान भी बहुत अच्छे से रखा जाएगा।
Right, so I'm just going to recap for you in case you're just trying to figure out करना क्या है इसमें, what is the process. पांच steps हैं. Number 1, पहले सबको रजिस्टर करना है. स्कूल्स हैं, आप हमारी वेबसाइट पे आइए ndtv.com/BehtarIndia, वहाँ स्कूल्स को रजिस्टर करना है. उसके बाद जो हेल्थ फेज़ है, स्वास्थ्य का फेज़ है, उसके लिए फंड्स कलेक्ट किए जाएंगे और जितने भी स्कूल्स हैं, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिनको सबसे ज़्यादा फंड्स वो कलेक्ट कर पाते हैं, उनको सबसे ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स बनेंगे. फिर क्लीनिंग अप ड्राइव होगी, अपने इलाके को क्लीन अप करना, स्वच्छ रखना, देखना कि कैसे कैसे क्लीन किया जा सकता है, उसके लिए पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे. अगर किसी तरह से भी आप मेंटेनेंस के बारे में सोच सकें, जो भी एरिया आपने क्लीन अप किया है वहाँ उसकी मेंटेनेंस कैसे की जाए, तो बोनस पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे. और फाइनली प्लांटेशन ड्राइव होगा, प्लांटेशन ड्राइव्स के लिए भी बोनस पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे. दिस इज द रफ स्ट्रक्चर, मिस्टर नायर. दिस साउंड्स सेंसिबल टू यू? एंड द इशू ऑफ मेंटेनेंस एंड गिविंग बोनस पॉइंट्स टू मेंटेनेंस perhaps is something that we should be thinking about in all campaigns that we are doing.
So first is that I'd like to issue a challenge to all of you. Under Sampark Foundation, we have 50,000 rural schools in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Uttarakhand. On behalf of those schools, I commit that we will be part of this competition. Yeah. So you better start running.
Great.
So it is not just for city kids. Our rural children, for the first time, will give you a competition which you have not seen before.
Oh, that is great.
And so 50,000 schools are going to take part in this.
We have 50,000 schools. They don't have net connectivity. They don't have power. So we will see we will work with them and figure out how do we do the registration process.
You don't only have to log on the net. It's a valid point. We should make that clear. So if you don't have net connectivity, we'll find other ways to get you to register.
But my commitment is that our 50,000 schools will participate to the extent they can participate, technology enabling, but we will try and get them. But what I am keen is that when the award is given, our school is the one which wins the award. So that's the challenge which I'm throwing to all the city schools. Go for it.
All right, so the competition is out there. You're absolutely right. One of you has to win, and he says that one of those schools is going to win, and I certainly hope that that could may well happen. When it comes to UNICEF, now when you've been looking at all of these issues from UNICEF, the fact is that you've been finding that getting children activated in this at an early age, one of the biggest ways of pushing issues like sanitation?
Yes, I totally agree with you. Like I can give some example of Maharashtra, some of the rural schools. Like we have some more than 1 lakh rural schools in Maharashtra. And every school has created a concept called Child Cabinet. We call it as a Meena Raju Manch. Meena is the name of a girl and Raju is the name of a boy. So Meena Raju Manch is a child cabinet kind of a thing, which is comprised of 20 children from the upper primary schools. And they have a president, they have a prime minister, they have an education minister, they have environment ministers. So it's inculcated leadership. So we have seen that, and even some of the schools, they don't get timely supply of the soaps. Like simple hand washing with soap in critical times can reduce chances of diarrhea by 40%. So often they go to the villages and collect soaps. So one of the school collected soap for one single day, and they collected more than 500 soaps for entire 1 year. They collected all the soaps of the school. So the Children are the change agent, and we often call it as a school to community outreach program. So it's not only the urban kids, the rural kids are also very smart. As someone just mentioned that we are smart. So rural kids are also very smart. And so if you can imbibe this culture in the very beginning, and also UNICEF along with Government of India, Ministry of HRD, we are along with also the NCRT, we are trying also to devise a curriculum on water sanitation hygiene. At present, what is happening in the school curriculum, we are reading so many of civics, history, so many stuffs, but there are very few elements on water sanitation hygiene. We have environmental science, but environmental science doesn't cover water sanitation hygiene, and that means the 8 standards. So from first to 10 standards, the curriculum building work is going on.
Major Suman, his challenge that it is going to be a rural school that is going to win the contest. That would be, and I think he's absolutely correct. We have to find a way of making sure that all sorts of, that, you know, we must be able to open it up to rural schools and others who don't have internet connectivity, and that's very good advice.
Absolutely.
Are you hoping that he's going to deliver on his commitment that a rural school will win this?
I mean, personally, you know, if you do that, I mean, if one of the rural school does win, I think it's going to be fantastic. Having said that,
There is no if.
I disagree. I'm pitching for my school. I mean, I really wish you win and one of your school wins, but I will be pitching for my school, as will be Sushant for his school. I mean,
but good, the more the competition increases, the better it is for all of us.
so
And
all of you
certainly
need to
better
compete for the
country.
second place. But I'm sure my school is going to go for the first place here. That's for sure.
Your school is going to go for the first place, you're saying?
Absolutely.
Which school is that?
Okay, maybe I have to say my school or my daughter's school. You know, they're different schools.
Okay, fine. So
So
one
I
of
have
those
to-
schools is going to win.
Yeah.
The one which you're pushing for, he said it. But let me go to Jane Kotian, who's here actually from Bombay Scottish School. Can I send the mic? Yeah. Let me just pass the mic down. Yeah. Do you want to take up the challenge? Where's Jane? Right here. Ah, there. Yeah. Come here, ma'am. Come to the front. Come, sit, please. Yeah.
Okay.
So you heard the challenge, rural school is going to win, or do you think that, is this a sort of a challenge that you think will get children, even in cities like Mumbai? Sometimes people feel that children are apathetic, they don't want to do too much for a social cause. Do you think challenges like this will help motivate them?
Definitely. I think competitions is what edges all the passion in our children. Though they are very nice and sweet on the exterior, you have to see them during examination time. And especially if you pit these brilliant minds, one school against the other, only the good will come out. But let me say one thing. When it comes to children and competition, they are not enemies per se. I'm sure all of these kids behind understand what it is for a child to come from a rural background, no connectivity, no sanitation, no water. I'm sure deep down all these children are hoping that a rural school does win. Yes, are you with me, everyone? There you are.
No,
So competition or no competition,
I
we
would
are
still
rooting.
hope that they're going to try and win.
Yes, of course
should
they
try
are.
and win and then
They
set
are.
the
They
bar
are going
higher
to put up
for
a very
Vineet to
strong
ensure.
fight. Every one of them, including the school that I come from. We are Bombay Scottish Orphanage Society. So we sound very, very noble. But yes, we are going to put our best foot forward and hope for the best to happen. But
And
yes,
you
we are
already-
rooting for all our rural schools as well.
And do you already have thoughts about any of the aspects of the challenge? Cleanliness, fighting against mosquitoes?
Yes, absolutely. All of these are very, very vital. In fact, many of these are also being carried out in a subject like SUPW, which is like an essential subject in most schools. So very recently, in the month of February, my 9th standards went to this village in Lonavala, and they did carry out a small aspect of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And they came back reformed. In fact, for a whole week later, the classrooms were super neat. I didn't have to frown and roll my eyes at them at all. But they came back very humbled. They
I'm a little
realized.
worried about for a week later, the classrooms were
like-
packed.
like,
what happened after 1 week?
Yes, like Mr. Sushant says, that commitment as a community. As one person, maybe I am convinced and I will do a lot of things, but the same kind of convincing, if I can get everyone to think alike, imagine that mass consciousness and where it is going to lead us. So I think this is phenomenal. A platform like this was the need of the year. So thank you, NDTV. You've given us a platform. Now you see my heroes rising up in challenge. Yes.
And Sushant, we do hope that the impact will last more than a few weeks.
It will, because as everybody knows that all these students are intelligent enough to understand why are we doing what we are doing, and when we get the why right, most of the times we get it right.
All right, we have with us children from the Citizens Association for Child Rights. Where are they? Yeah, they're there. So let me just talk to you, because you've been working with BMC schools in areas like of health and cleanliness for quite some time, right, long before this competition actually came up. Would you like to share with us some of your experiences? What did you find? What are the message you were giving people? Leadership Foundation, or TGELF, which is one of the primary education and leadership foundations in the country, also closely associated now with the Global Citizen, which is the group that was behind that Coldplay concert last year. So why don't you tell us how you think young people can actually make an impact?
Absolutely.
And how it's going to tie in with some of what we are talking here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Chandra, for your kind words. I think I'd like to reiterate the words of Emma Watson when she spoke at the UN. She said, all young people around the world must ask themselves three questions. If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not me, then who? And, oh yeah, well, a lot of people know that. Emma Watson. So yes, I know that a lot of us ask ourselves that question. India is a nation with 850 million young people. We're passing through a unique phase in our history of demographic transition. And if there needs to be transformation of India, it needs to come from the young people, because our energy and dynamism, along with the wisdom of the old, can really transform this nation. And our foundation, the Global Education and Leadership Foundation, firmly believes that the panacea to all pressing challenges on the planet is great leadership. And that is why we work with school children across 14 countries, trying to identify, nurture leadership skills, and actually mentor great leaders. And when we talk about leadership skills, we mean 4 basic qualities that we look in all young people, which is leadership, the ability to inspire people, action, which is a lot of what this campaign is about, taking action on good things, but more importantly, ethics and altruism. Because as we talk about competition, it's very important to be ethical and altruistic. And as part of this vision, 10 of us from the foundation started a 15-year movement, a movement for India, which is the Global Citizen India movement, to actually end extreme poverty in India by 2030. That's the timeline we've set for ourselves. And
you made a good start at the Coldplay concert, right?
Yes, so the festival was basically a celebration of the work. In the 3-month campaign, we had 2 million young people taking actions. We raised about 43,000 crores in 3 months. That's how much young people can achieve. And I'd like to commend the efforts of NDTV, you, Mr. Chandra, Dr. Roy, for actually starting this campaign. We're very happy that this whole space is broadening. The children are getting more and more platforms to actually go ahead and add their voice to change. And we're very confident. And in fact, we'd like to make a commitment as part of Global Citizen that the best teams, we'd like to celebrate them. We'd like to celebrate them through our platform, through our festivals. We'd like to actually encourage them to do more. And to all you young people, I just want to take 2 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Being long. But to all the young people out here, I am 22. I am as young as you. And I know that when we see feelings of protectionism, xenophobia around the world, we're scared to engage with the world like that. But let me tell you that today, all of us stand on the crossroads of history, where we can really shape the world if we move forward with hope and faith. So I urge you, I call upon you to actively participate in the Behtar India campaign, to keep taking actions on Global Citizen India, because each action you take is a strong message to everyone who seeks to divide us, that for all our individualism, we're at the end of the day, one people. And I'd like to assure all of you panelists on behalf of the young people out here, because I can speak for them, I know, that if there's a young child, if there's an infant in rural India who loses his life because of lack of a 50 rupee vaccination, it hurts, we're hurt, even if he's not our brother. And the fact that so many people live in poverty, it makes us poorer, even if they're not our families. So friends, keep taking actions, because your actions can really rekindle hope in the lives of those people, that this world has a place for them too. So I'd just like to end with one message, that let's together strive towards a world where everyone, everywhere, can realize their full potential, where the fulfillment of one's dream is determined by the scale of their ambition, hard work, and perseverance, and not by involuntary fate. Many will tell you as you move towards this campaign and that larger dream that this is utopian, idealistic. I tell you, it's always impossible until it's done. शुरुआत हो तुम, शुरुआत हैं हम, शुरुआत हूँ मैं. Change will begin with you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, oops. That was Ayush Bed. Put your hands together for him one more time.
Homo sapiens, it says that we are the most intelligent species on Earth. For a very long time, with all our ignorance, we have been working against it to change the definition of it. But then this is the time when we can actually make a better India, and we can become a better human being. Yeah.
All right, so we're nearly at the end of this, but I have to say 6 months of challenge is about to unroll. And if you think about it, it makes complete sense. A Behtar India, what do you need for a Behtar India? You need a cleaner India, you need a healthier India, and you need a greener India. And what's one of the best ways of doing that? Harness the power of the young. Unleash the young, get them to help us in doing this. And make it a challenge for them, make it a game for them, make it a contest between them. Because whoever wins or whoever loses, as was just said, at the end of the day, the country will be better off. India will be a Behtar India. And that's what this is all about. So do join in, do register, do log on, do send in your application through other forms. Let's have a lot of fun in doing this, and let's try and make a change. Thank you so much for watching.
किधर जा रहा है बे वो हेलो चेक हेलो 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 हेलो